Hey guys, I'm Panic, and today we are semi-reviewing a game called Rimworld by Ludon Studios. Well, to be honest, we're reviewing a new update in Rimworld called Wanderlust. Rimworld is a single-player base-building game where your goal is to lead your people, your colonists, to survive. One or a few colonists start out on a new planet, and you command them to do whatever they do. The game has undergone 16 alpha updates since its first alpha release. It is still technically early access on Steam, but it has been out since 2013. I'll skip the loading right now and get into the game. So this is my base in Rimworld Alpha 16 right now. And I've gone pretty lucky and was able to expand this far with about 15 hours on the game. This is actually my first colony, and I was actually trying the game out to see if I should do a series on it, and I really enjoyed the game and really like how the playstyle of it. The biggest problem about Rimworld right now is that whenever a new update comes out, like Alpha 15 or 16, the colonies you've built on the previous update are not accessible from the new update. So I think I would need to restart a series whenever a new update hits, and I hope that's okay with you guys. The biggest highlight of Rimworld Alpha 16 update is the world menu and the map. It is really cool and adds a lot of features into the game. Alright, so we're here back on the main menu of the game, and let's take a look at the features added into the game with the update. Okay, so here is a global coverage of the planet you want to show, and so let's do randomized seed, trouble, okay, whatever, overall rainfall, normal, temperature, normal. So there's 30, 50, and 100. Let's go into 30 right now and generate. I'll fast forward this part. Okay, so right now, this is only 30% of the globe showing, and everything else is just dark. And you can't click on this part, so that means you can only play on the... Yeah, you can't click on this. So you can only play in this area. Go back, and we can see for the 50... Okay. So now this is basically 50% of the globe showing. See? Yeah, it cuts off like down the middle right here. And then on this part is the same as the 30%. You can't click on that, and you can only play on this part. And so I can like select random site right here, or again, but then it won't only give me points on the half of the globe over here. Okay, let's go back and take a look at the 100. I am fast forwarding this part in the background because it was kind of laggy, and I hope fast forwarding it would make it smoother. Alright, so here you can see the globe for the seed trouble, and it looks pretty nice and has some bases all across and some tribes all around. This is pretty ideal for because you have the rainfall as normal and the temperature as normal. So as you can see here, this is a footage from my colony that I will show you guys later. There is a new wind scenario or situation where your colonists have to reach this a hidden spaceship basically on the other side of the planet. You can go by foot, I think, or transportation pods. Yeah, and it basically shoots the pod across to a location, and you can use the pod to help out when you're in a firefight and a raid far away from base, or you can use it to move around. like move across the ocean. I don't think there's a huge range on the transport pod. Otherwise, I can just transport pod from here to here, and it'd be pretty easy once I get the technologies up. And okay, so if I go by foot, I think I'll have to go under here, because this is, I don't think is passable. Yeah, great for fish, not so great for you. And okay, let's go back to our base right now, and as you can see, for the factions, there are 4 factions where you have okay relations. This is because I think we accidentally shot them, and they're kind of mad at us. And there is a big like pirates or enemies, like evil people that are enemies of basically all the factions, the rest of factions in the map. So they are marked as that because they're hostile, and I think if there's another hostile faction, they'll be marked another color, like orange or something. Okay, so back to our new game we've created. You can also form caravans. I'm just gonna select a random site. Alright, let's go here. Next. And randomize. Yep, okay. Ooh, she's really good at medicine, whatever. This is a mod, and yeah, it allows you to just like change the characters. And okay, let's just start. Okay, whatever. Okay, so we can see our colonists are falling down with their supplies, and we're not going to play this, or we're actually not going to play this for our let's play, but it should be good. And you can see this is our point on the map that we randomized, and let's go to the world. I've paused the game right now so we can take a look. So it's 6 o'clock right now, and I don't care about that, but there are some okay, so you can also form caravans and send your people to raid or trade with other bases or tribes. So when we click on this, there's zoom in. So zoom in on this area. This is basically going back to that screen earlier. Inform caravan. The items will show up, and you can bring an amount. But then, for example, granite chunk, it'd be too heavy, so that you can't bring it onto your. So there's an amount. Like for her, she can bring 32 kilograms, and so you can select an amount. But then now it's too heavy, so let's just bring the back, so we can bring that amount of stuff with us when we form our caravan. And this is an exit direction. The new update is special and unique because it drastically changes how the player plays. You don't just like stay in your world and fend off raiders or trade with traders that come to you. Now you can go to other people and trade with them or raid them if you want to. This allows me as the player to play more freely, and it's actually really fun. Now I think I'll show you around my base and see how it functions. And so here is my power farm. I farm the power from there, and I have connections down here into the battery room. The funny thing is I think forgot to lay these power conduits, So they basically these, all of these and those two and these two were not connected. So basically these 6 were providing power for my whole entire colony. I was wondering why it kept running out of power. Okay, so as you can see here, we have some coolers. 1, 2, yeah, negative. Over here is a temperature. We have a heat wave outside, so it's like positive degrees, so it should come down in a bit. This is 10 degrees because there's a lot of doors, which is not that nice. And there's another cooler here, and 6 degrees, which is not that nice too. But they should cool down in a bit. And I have 2 stockpile rooms. They're not that great in the middle of your colony, but I think it should be fine, because for example, if they're doing construction here and here, instead of putting it, for example, here, and they had to walk all the way across your base, it's actually easier to put it here, and we're almost actually full. This was full most of the times, and I should okay. Here. I'm building a hospital here, and I don't know if they want a enclosed space, so I don't know if it will turn out to be a failure, but if it does, I can just, I think, reinstall this in another room, and I can like deconstruct these 2 and move them here, and install the sterile tiles, and sterile tiles help keep the room clean. Very useful in hospitals and to prevent patients getting various infections. Neutral in terms of looks and very slow to build. It costs 15 silver and 3 steel per tile, but I think it's worth it. So maybe I could use these as hospitals and then have the prisons here. My rec room here is basically a kind of a mess hall too, which is pretty nice because it looks really amazing. It looks really amazing, and it's extreme impressiveness right now. And also wealth is at rich and very spacious and pretty. So this is a hospital, very impressive, somewhat rich and quite spacious, which is pretty nice. Okay, I think this is it for now, and thank you for tuning in, and I'll start my series as soon as possible. Once I have some time, I have some spare time, and yeah, see you guys in the Let's Play episode 1. Alright, bye.